Welcome to my craft room, friend. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be here tonight. Tonight we are going to create magnolias the fun and easy way. I've got two different ways of colouring them. We're gonna have fun with our sprays and with our pens and show you some fun different ways of colouring a flower, and then we're going to make a fun card as well. So let me flip the screen and let me make sure that I can see your comments, because we are live and you know anything can happen when we are live. So this is the card we're going to create. Sandra, hi. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you, my friend. Now then, there we go. So this is the card we're going to create, and these are the flowers we're going to create. Anya, hi. Sylvia, it's good to see you. Anita, Robin, Ellie, Joe, come on in. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? I would really love it if we were all really in my craft room. Wouldn't that be so much fun? Okay, so we're going to create this card. A simple, elegant card. We're going to create these flowers, but we're also going to colour them up like this. So easy colouring. This one we're going to have fun with, and to really create that wow effect on your card, so that your friends and family are just going to go, wow, aren't those stunning? Jacqueline, it's good to see you, my friend. Els, hey, yeah, Els is in the house. Now then, remember, like, comment and share for a chance to win our $50 gift certificate. And talking about that, I have the absolute pleasure of being able to announce this week's winner. So this week's winner is Nana Rogers. So if you email us at info@ecraftdesigns.com, and we will get that $50 gift certificate to you. That's so exciting. Congratulations, my friend. Melody, you're loving this collection. Yes, so the collection we're working with tonight is the very new, wonderful, fun, elegant, oh my gosh, how many descriptive words can I come up with, collection, the Spring Blossom. And this is just one of the flowers. If you saw Els earlier in the week, she created the cherry blossoms. Tonight I'm going to make the magnolias. So you can see I've got a little ATC card with this as well. So did everyone catch Els is coffee and craft last week? Oh my gosh, friend, wasn't that amazing? Els sat and coloured this stamp, and it was just mesmerising, and she just inspired me to get out my colouring things as well, and I just thought I'll pop that on an ATC. So if you haven't seen the coffee and craft, check out that one. We've got the replay on YouTube, and I'm here this Thursday for coffee and craft. Yay, can't wait. Right, Sylvia, they do look like water lilies, don't they? Yeah, I thought that too. But isn't that great? We can get some versatility from our flowers. Belinda, you loved the stamp, and Els did colour it pretty, didn't she? Yeah, Robin, you missed the live, but watch the replay. Awesome. Okay, so let's have some fun and create some flowers. Okay, Anna, you're waiting for yours to come. Oh, my friend, I can't wait for you to get them and play. Angelica made a chickadee. So if you want to know how to make the chickadee, make sure to check that one out. Right, I'm going to stop talking and let's get crafting. So, oh, look, you can see all my lights. That wasn't very good planning, was it? Okay, anyway, what I'm going to do is to colour my flowers is I am going to use my Zig marker, but I'm not going to colour it with my pen. I'm not going to just colour. What we're going to do is we're going to paint with it. And I'm using the peach pink. See if I can get that into focus. Oh, Valerie, that's so kind. I just love making flowers. I absolutely do. Melody, you've ordered the bundle. Wow, that is awesome. So for those of you who don't know, we always have a bundle, a buy it all bundle, and you save a 20% discount. So if you're a crafter like me, who loves to have everything, then that's a fantastic purchase. Okay, so let me talk you through what we need. We need 3 of one size and another smaller of the petals. Now, I am using, this is for my large flower, so I'm using these dies, and I've cut 3 of this one and 1 of this one. And this is the size flower that makes. For the smaller flower that I've got, you're going to cut 3 of this one and then 1 of the smaller one. Okay, so I'm using 3 of them. There are 5 different sizes. And then we have the beautiful centers, and I am using this one and this one for inside my flower. Okay, so that's what we will need for each flower. And I used the same size of the centers on, don't want to lose those, on both flowers. They fit beautifully. Okay, Valerie, you're sat on the deck in 25°C sunshine. Oh, how wonderful. Gosh, the sun has been absolutely kind to us here. It's been a glorious day here as well. That's awesome. Right, so let's think about this one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour the centres, okay? And I'm going to use a yellow. I'm using the sunflower. Now, I don't want to be too heavy with my colour. I want it quite delicate because my flowers are delicate, yeah? So I'm just going to lightly brush over my die cuts. I'm going to turn it over and do the same. Now I'm doing the backs because we could see the back of them when you put them in the centre, just in case. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to push down on those with my flower shaping tool. I'm just going to push down on those like so that they come up nicely, and I'm going to set them to one side. I'm going to try and not lose them. Okay, I'm going to put them really far on my desk so that they don't fall on the floor. Who else here has that problem? You're crafting along and all of a sudden you can't find a piece because it's gone on the floor. Okay, so I have coloured some already, but what we're going to do is I'm going to take, now I'm using the soft finished cardstock. Valerie, you're asking, do I always use archival mostly? No, it depends on what I'm doing. It's just because I've got archival. So when I'm flower shaping with water and I'm wanting to shape my flowers, archival is amazing because obviously it's not going to change the ink and what it does on the front. If I'm not working with archival, I'm very gentle with my spritzing, which you'll see in a minute when I work with a Distress Oxide. But I have a whole selection of inks. It's, in fact, just the other side of here, where you can't see, is a massive, it's all my all my inks. So if I've forgotten one, I can just reach, which is pretty cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to put this over here, so we try not to get the reflection. And I'm taking my pen. Okay, Silver, it happens to you all the time, losing the bits. Yes, the gremlins take pieces just to be naughty. Oh, brilliant. I love that. Oh my goodness. I often tell my girls that we've got borrowers in the house and that they've borrowed them. Oh goodness. So as you can see, I have just scribbled on some pen. Now I'm using a Zig marker, and these are watercolour based. So when I do this with my water spray, we create a fun palette for us to colour with. Okay. Anita, you love the Ziggies. They're beautiful. They are really beautiful colours. And you could do this with any of your watercolour pens. They'll all have the same effect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take one, and I am literally, I'm going to just put it in here. Oh, see, I'm just going to do this. Now you can see that I've got areas of the water running around. I am just literally going to smooth those out, okay, like so. And then I'm going to get my drying tool out. It's going to be a bit noisy. Try to do it on the side. There we go. Just dry it. So this creates that lovely delicate colour. Yeah, it's not a heavy pink like what I've just flicked onto my paper. It's a really delicate colour. And then, Belinda, I'm glad you like it. Isn't it a fun way to do it? I'm just going to come in with my water brush, and I'm just going to kind of create some depth of colour in the centre. Now, how you want to do this is up to you. Depending upon how much water you've put into your colour will depend upon what result you're going to get. And then I'm just going to dry it again. Ooh, it's blowing away this time. There we go. I've got a tool to hold it with. There we go. Right. Now then. This is new for me. Okay. Getting out some sprays with my flowers. So I'm going to shake it. Now you can hear that ball. That's mixing all the mica up. Okay, Nana, it's good to see you. Nana Rogers. Make sure that you catch the replay. The winner of last week's giveaway. I'll stop shaking so you can hear. The last week's winner of the giveaway for the $50 gift certificate is Nana Rogers. So make sure to email us, Nana. Yay, well done. Congratulations. Carol, it's impossible to train them. Oh, yes. Els, you're creating magnolias as well. That's amazing. Valerie, you could absolutely create a water lily, a water lily with this dye. Yeah. So I've got the solar spray across my heart. Now doing this in the area I've got is going to be interesting because I want to spray onto my flower so that I get, I've lost my card. I get like it gives like that sheen to it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It's got like a lovely sheen to the flower. It's not flat. Okay. This one is a flat flower. There's none of this spray on this one. Let me see if I can. There's none of the spray on that one. But on this one, there is. And you can just see that sheen catching in the light. in person, it makes a really different result. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, once that's nice and mixed, is I am just going to spritz it on it, like so, and then dry it. So I am falling in love. David has really inspired me. David and Els have really inspired me to get my inks and my sprays out and my pens and my paints, and let's just play. Let's just have some fun playing, because at the end of the day, it's a piece of paper. Okay, so let's see if we can get that. You can see the sheen just catching there. There we go. You could just see that lovely look on there. Okay. Andrea, it's good to see you. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to shape them, but I haven't sprayed these, so let's do that. Okay. And let's dry these, because we want 3 of the larger ones and 1 of the smaller ones. This colour was just perfect with this method for that delicate iridescent look. That was the word I was looking for. It has an iridescent sheen, metallic sheen to it. It's absolutely lovely, but I don't think it's really picking it up. Anyway, what we're going to do to shape them, you can see I've shaped some of these already. I am taking a tool and I am just going to bend my petal around it like so. Okay, I promised easy flower shaping. We can all do this, can't we? We can always get a pen, a pencil, a flower shaping tool, and just do this. Okay, so you're going to do that to all of them. Okay, a gentle and fine bling, Kathy. That is a perfect description. A perfect description. In fact, you can see it on the paper. Yeah, the paper's really catching it. That's what your flower's going to look like. Okay, so we've got the 3 large, the 1 small, and what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in my flower shaping mat, and I am going to push down in the center, but I'm also going to just catch the outer part of this little bit here, a part of the petal. So I'm just making that center a little bit bigger, and I'm going to do that to the same, so just in the centers and push down. Okay, so you can just do it as a gentle tap, push it all down like so. There we go. And because we put them into the water and then dried them, that will help us with holding the flower shape. So you often see us spritz the flower. Well, I haven't done that this time because they've been in this and then they got shaped. So the fibres are all broken down. Okay, right, so we're going to layer these. Now, when I layer them, I'm not going to quite, I'm kind of just going to put them a little bit off. Not quite like that, but more, so not like that, but more like that. So that, because I've got 3 of them to go. Okay. Let's see how this one works out. Like so. And I'm just using a glue, a liquid glue. And then onto this one. And then the little one for the centre. Ooh, it's alive. There we go. And we're just going to drop that one into there. Oh, use the smaller end, I think. Like so. So you can see how that flower's coming together. Now how you could put more on, you could make these bigger, you could absolutely put more on the bottom. No, it makes the paper stronger too. It does, yes, by breaking down the fibres with the water. When it dries and it resets, it holds the position that it's in. So I'm just going to put my little stamens into the centre. Oh, there we go. Now this is dry as clear glue, so it'll be fine. So I've put one of the larger ones in and then one of the smaller ones. Now remember, like, comment and share for a chance to win a $50 gift certificate. So that is that gorgeous, delicate, fine flower. Okay, so let's do this one. The only thing that we're going to do different with this one is how we colour it. Okay, Sharon, you like the soft pink and the yellow. Doesn't it look gorgeous? And that's why I didn't colour too heavily with my yellow, just to get that soft look. I mean, I don't know about you, whereabouts you are, but here the flowers are blooming, the blossoms are blooming, and it's just glorious. So they're not only blooming here in my craft room, they're blooming out in my garden as well, which is awesome. Okay, I don't know about you, but not only do I love to make flowers, but I love to grow them and see them. I am so super excited. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. I am going to the Royal Chelsea Flower Show at the end of this month, and if you've not heard of it before, it's a very big show with lots and lots of gardens. So all these gardeners create these wonderful gardens, and charities do, and you get to see all the different flowers and things, and I am super excited to do that. I'm not sure I'll be able to recreate a lot of them in paper, but hey, I'm always up for a go. So this time I am using Kitsch Flamingo Distress Oxides. And when I say that, I don't mean that we can't. What I mean is there are some flowers that are just so intricate or so wispy that I'm not sure I could do. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I've got a circular motion, and I am just going to bring some colour up each petal like so. Okay, so we're just going to add that very fine colour to there. Oh yes, I'm going to have fun, my friend. My goodness, going to have fun. Belinda, it does sound so fun. It really does. I've never been at all, and this year I was like, do you know what, I don't know about you, but there are times when, you know, we just need things that are fun and something to look forward to. And I was like, I've never been, I'm going this year. And you never know, we might find some ideas to create flowers from for Angelica. So I'm going with my camera and lots of photos. So be prepared to see lots of pictures of flowers. Okay. So you can see this is just easy. This is something I could do sat watching a movie with my family. I could colour up lots and lots of flowers on my knee. I could even shape them on my knee. It's always good to have fun, easy ways of creating something that has an amazing wow to it. Okay, now I talked earlier about when I was asked about the Ranger inks and the archival about the colour moving. These are oxides. You know, if I spritz water over here, the colour's going to move. Belinda, you must take photos at the flower event and put it into into a planner. Oh my goodness, Belinda, yes. Nana, your husband wanted to take you to the Japanese garden in Portland, Oregon. Oh my word, that would be stunning. How exciting. Okay, so I'm going to move those, okay? And I'm just going to spritz water very lightly, okay? Very lightly. I'm going to dry my hand because I've got a towel under here, absolutely. You know, I didn't dry my hand on my jeans at all, ladies. So, and I'm just going to shape this like so. Katrina, hey! Yeah, awesome. Make sure to like, comment and share for a chance to win a $50 gift certificate. Okay, so let's do all of these. All right, I'm gonna... Okay. So just doing it very gently. Okay, and then we're gonna just twist colour. We're just gonna shape these, okay, like so. There we go. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to have a look at the amazing collection from Angelica, from the Spring Blossoms. Oh my gosh, the branches of the 3D vases, the chickadee, the flowers. Oh my word, it's just a very modern look on a spring collection. Absolutely stunning. Now, if you want to know how to make the cherry blossoms, Els made those the other day, so make sure to check out the replay for that one. And again, I'm just literally shaping it in the same way as I did the others. The only difference is how I've coloured them. Yeah. And if you want to know how to make the chickadee, then Angelica made that. And I'm going to be here on Thursday for Coffee and Craft. I don't know what I'm going to make yet. Whatever falls on my desk, I think. Right, now let's do these centres. Okay, so this is all coming together really nicely. You can see that the flowers take shape really quickly, really easily, and I don't know about you, but crafting is just so relaxing. It just really takes my mind, takes me into a whole different world. A world where it's fun. And I get to hang out with my friends. I get to hang out with like-minded crafters. I always say that if you go to a craft show or a retreat or something like that, you are in a room full of friends. Absolutely. There we go. And then we can just glue these together. Rennie, you're saying these are beautiful. Belinda, a hanging mobile using the flowers and chickadees would be fun. Oh, what a fantastic idea. Absolutely. Diane. Hey, Diane. Oh my gosh. Diane's in the house. Yay! It's so good to see you, Diane. You're saying the collection is amazing and the chickadees. Oh my goodness, yes. Hang on. You see, I'm talking and I've moved my mat and I need my mat. There we go. Let's just... Yeah, I put the glue on the wrong thing. There you go. At least I did manage not to lose my stamens, you know. There we go. Now remember that there's a 20% savings on the buy it all, and that ends on Wednesday. So if that's something for you, then make sure to take advantage, because once that savings gone, that savings is gone. Yes, the products will be there if they're still in stock. I know the chickadee has been flying out, so don't miss out. And then I'm just going to pop that one into the centre. There we go. It's looking good. It's a bit wonky for you guys, but you can see it's all coming together. In fact, I wonder, let me just do that. I think my camera was the thing that was a bit wonky. There we go. I think I need to tighten up the arms of my holder. There we go. So I think I'm going to use these flowers as opposed to the ones that I already did the card in, so that you can see the difference. Yeah, just changing up how you colour and make the flowers just changes how everything looks. Okay, so you can just see that lovely blush in there. Oh, Diane, I appreciate you, really do. Diane's awesome, as are all of our design team. I mean, we are seriously very blessed to have a very large design team that is full of amazing crafters. Really are. Okay, so let me just dry off this so I don't get this everywhere. Okay, and then we can put our card together. Flowers are love and kindness in bloom. The world needs more of that these days, Kathy. Flowers are awesome, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, Jean, hello. David, hey. Okay, so we have coloured the flowers. I'm going to show you how to colour these gorgeous little buds, okay? Because I started and I thought, oh, that might be a cool thing to share. So let's see. We're going to use 2 of them, okay? So we're going to use 2 of these. And of course, I've wiped up my ink, haven't I? And I actually needed it. There we go. But you know, a little scribble and a little spritz, and we're good to go again. Okay, so you can see that there are 3 parts to the colouring of this. I've got the branch, I've got the little green bit, and then the bud. So the branch, I'm going to use my Memento Toffee Crunch just because that's my go-to brown for branches and things. It's my favourite one. So I'm just going to colour up to that little bulbous part, which is going to be green. Now then, I am going to I need another piece of paper. Let's bring in this one. What I'm going to do is to colour this one, I'm just going to slot that over a piece of paper so I don't get my ink on the other pieces, like so. I thought that was fun. Right, so we've got this dye. This is the dye we're using, and I've gone very gentle with that. And then I want my green, which I'm going to use a leaf green, and that's going to be the little bottom part of the bud. There we go. My brain is going, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I could have done it all at once, really, couldn't I? Like so. It just makes it a bit easier. And then I don't need that one again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, now I'm too far down, let's bring it up. I'm going to bring in my water brush, and I am just going to add colour to this. So I should have really done this when we did the dipping of our big colours. And then all I'm going to do is come in and put some colour on the left hand side, and then that will dry with my heat tool. That will just dry so it looks as though it's shaded. So that's really easy to colour too. There we go. Ooh. There you go. So you can see the delicate colour and the delicate shading on there. Okay. Kathy, you're welcome. I'm glad you like that tip. I will admit that when I first coloured one, I got brown in my green, and I was like, oh, this would work. So I'm glad you like that one. Okay, Belinda, glad you're enjoying that. Okay, so we've got 2 of those. And then I need my branch, don't I? So again, I am going to take, I don't want it in the pink, the wet pink. I'll move it to down here. And I'm going to take my Toffee Crunch again. And I am just going to apply my ink onto my branch. So you can see the branch coming to life now. Now, branches have got knots and gnarls in, so if you get like that's a bit deeper colour, don't worry about it, because branches are not uniform in colour. Okay, so I've got my brown on, and then I'm just going to come in. No, I didn't put shimmer on my bud, Sylvia, but you could. That would be so pretty. I actually left mine different, but yeah, give them a spritz. So I'm just going to come in and make some of the one side of these a little bit darker, like so. So you can see this branch. The branch, it looks absolutely amazing in the vase. I mean, it just is absolutely gorgeous. So you've got your vase. Let's imagine it's in a vase. It's in the vase, and then you can just put some flowers on it like so. And it's a very modern idea. You often go into stores these days and see home decor like that. Well, we could make some, and it just looked gorgeous on a card. Okay, so I have coloured my branch. Okay, yeah, it's a great branch for winter time makes. Adding some snow onto the edge of the branch Belinda. That's a fantastic idea. Yeah. And there are some things coming, which I cannot tell you about. I am sworn to secrecy. That would absolutely work with that as well. So, yes, this is something to get, which is really versatile and will work with other things later. And then the last thing we've got to colour are our leaves. So I am just going to use leaf green. Get my brush. And I am just going to colour that like so. And the great thing about how Angelica does this, look at the embossing on the leaf. You can see how that shows up with the colour. There you go. My camera's just not catching things. And next, ball jar. Oh, Belinda. Belinda, you're on fire, girl. A next ball jar would be a nice container holding the branches of flowers. It would. Yeah. It would. Right. So I'm going to come in and just add some ink to my sides. Now, I don't know about you. I'm sure you all have a favourite go-to green. There are a few greens that I use for my leaves. A nice vivid green sometimes is really good. But this leaf green or bamboo leaves is kind of my go-to. And to shape my leaves, all I'm going to do is curl it around my finger. Okay. Kathy, you think so too? The branch, tree, winter, summer and leaves, spring, anytime. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to do to shape my leaf. Run it around my finger. So I will shape my other ones that I've got. I'm going to use 5. Now there's a selection of leaves in this set. Some smaller ones, some bigger ones. And I'm going to use 5 leaves, 2 buds, 1 branch. Sounds like a recipe, doesn't it? Or even that memory game. Oh my goodness. Do you remember that memory game? So we've got 2 buds, 2 flowers, 5 leaves, 1 branch. Let's get the right flowers, a big one and a small one. And then I'm going to take the centre of the beautiful frame die, and what I'm going to do is show you what you need. Okay, so we are going to take the beautiful papers that come with this, the spring blossom paper pad, and we're going to cut the outer of this section. So these are in the middle of the die set. Let me show you. Okay, because this is absolutely stunning. I don't want you to miss this. So this is the outer pieces, and these sit on the inside. Okay, so we're going to use the 2 center pieces. But isn't this gorgeous? This makes an amazing card. And I've got a vision of a box with this. I think this would look amazing, making a box with it. So we might do that one day. So what we're going to do is you're going to take this piece and cut out a piece of the paper. Now I've used one of the blue ones. Okay. And then we're going to take these 2 pieces and then we're going to cut them so that we have a white one and a gold one. Now, as you know, I like to glue mine so that we're just offsetting the colour. You can use silver as well if you wanted that kind of look. The gold is my go-to, it's my favourite. And I've got lots of it in my craft room, so I guess that's why I do it. I've lost my pin. Let's see if I've got a spare one. There we go. It just has dried up under the light. So I'm just going to add my glue, like so, just to the edge. Now remember to like, comment and share for the chance of winning a $50 gift certificate. And just going to put that on top and just offset it slightly. Now you'll also find you have a favourite way of offsetting these things. Valerie, you feel the need for more dyes. Kathy, your creative mind thinks I can never have too many dyes. Oh my gosh, my mind thinks that too. And I just love decorative dyes. They're so versatile. We can do so much with them. And Angelica just has created some amazing ones. Actually, I know this is kind of going down a bunny trail, but just imagine this with a photo inside it. Wouldn't that just look stunning on the wall, on the mantelpiece? Oh my goodness, with the flowers on it, a branch. Oh. Right, and then I'm going to glue this. You've got me all excited. This is what I love. I always say this is my favourite time, spending it with you. And this is why. Because we get to chat and we get to inspire each other. It's just fantastic. You know, we are all in different parts of the world. But for this moment in time, we are here together. And it's just fantastic. It really is. I am so thankful for you. So thankful that you're here with me. And it really is my favourite time. Okay, so I've just laid that on there. So we've got that lovely colour like that. Valerie, you were thinking the same thing. Heritage pictures. It really does scream heritage pictures, I have to say. As we all have, we've all got some beautiful pictures of our family in our boxes. You know, we keep boxes. Let's get them out. Or we might have photos on our camera. Let's get them off our camera, out of the boxes, and put them somewhere where we can see them and make us smile. I know I made one with the oval frame and put a picture in of my grandma, and it sat on the shelf behind me, and I see it every time I come into my office, and it makes me smile every day. My grandma's no longer with me, but she is, and she makes me smile every day because she's sat there on the shelf watching over me, and I get to smile at her every day, which is super cool. So those frame dies are absolutely fantastic. They really are. They bring joy in so many different ways than you can imagine. Okay, so I've popped that on there. It's not quite central, but because I put that glue on, I've got a little bit time to move it. Okay, so I'm just going to put a bit more on. Jean, you are welcome. You are welcome, my friend. Okay, so I am using the eyeball technique. Yes, just to try and get that central. Just measure it up with my thumb. It's kind of there. I mean, you know, it's a technical term, that eyeball technique, isn't it? You know. Right. Okay, let me have a look at my cord. Remind myself how I did this. So I'm going to glue the branch on first. Els, you're going to put a magnolia branch in one of the modern vases. I am so excited for that, Els. I know you made cherry blossoms the other day, and I imagine that will look absolutely stunning with a vase on a branch. I mean, Els is super talented. She's got so many ideas. She's so creative. It's an absolute honour. It really is to be able to work with her and be inspired by her creativity. I mean, as I said, you know, the coffee and live where Els just sat and painted was so mesmerising. I just had to have a go and use that stamp. So it was brilliant. I actually ran my I used my StazOn ink for that, and it's dried up, so I only got to make one. But I've got some more ink on order. I am going to be making some more. Now then, I am going to put into place my 2 flowers, okay? And I am using, or else we inspire each other. I'm going to, and the designers, I mean, gosh, David got me into making ATC cards. Friend, I was in Banff last year at the retreat, and everyone was having so much fun. I mean, so much fun. Going round and looking at each other's ATC cards and swapping and talking about techniques that they'd made, and oh my gosh, it was so fun. And I was like, I want to have a go. I want to be in on this fun. I'm having a go at this. So David is awesome. So thank you for inspiring me, David. So you can see I am just shaping these around my finger. Yeah, I just am making it round around my finger. You could use a tool, absolutely. Not a problem with that either. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop the branch, these little buds of the branch, we're going to put one up here, like so. Now, no 2 cards are ever going to be alike, okay? I am never going to get these into exactly the same spot as I had my other one. Right. So we've got them like that, okay? Diane, David is the worst. I don't believe you. I was doing okay without journal, but now I have to have those 2. Friend, I love it, I love it, I love it. Yeah, I think I might have to have an art journal too, because I don't want to miss out on the fun when it comes to Christmas, and David does the December to Remember, the fun event. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Right. So I am going to put 3 leaves up at the top. Now you can see that I am just tearing bits off the bottom as well. But what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to hold it in place while it dries a little bit, so that it's not laid flat on my card. Yeah, so you can see with this one, they're raised, they're not flat down. So that one's just there now. And then we'll do the same with these. Actually, it needs to have a bit more off. Like so. So I'm just going to hold it for a second. David. See, now, Diane, that's it. You've got to start art journaling now as well. David's heard you, and I think he might have heard me too, so I guess I'm in on that as well. Right. I know Els came up with a fantastic way to use 3D flowers in a journal. Oh my goodness, it was really clever. So when you've created a 3D flower, run it made through your die cutting machine, obviously with no dies, and it just squishes it, and it gives an amazing effect for an art journal, and glue it in, and it looks brilliant. So yeah, I remember that conversation. She was so excited. It was brilliant. There we go. So I'm just holding that a little bit longer. It's just, the glue's hot. That's what it is, you know. The glue's hot. Janet, what a gorgeous card, my friend. It's so good to see you. Diane, it would be an amazing wedding card. It really would. In fact, I've got 2 weddings to go to this year. Honest to goodness, I haven't been to a wedding in ages. And all of a sudden, I've got 2 weddings to go to. And 1 next year. I mean, you know, so yeah, I think they're not watching. So this might be, this might end up being a wedding card. I like that idea, Diane. Elle's art journaling is creative freedom. It really is, yeah. Kathy, you're saying you can see this card being sent for multiple of occasions. A sympathy card would be very nice. Yes, it would. It really would. Okay, so that actually... Okay, so I glued that one down a bit too much. Let's see if I can pull it up a bit. And then pop this one under like so. There we go. And what I'll do is I will just get a little bit of glue. See, things don't always work out, but there's always a way of doing something. Karen, you're going to try that flower journal trick. Yay. Share it with us in the Facebook group and let us know how you get on. Els was absolutely delighted. She had so much fun making a 3D flower, running it through the die cutting machine, squishing it, and it looked really, really good. Okay, I've got 1 more and then we are done. My goodness, we are almost at the top of the hour. I wasn't sure if I'd end up not having, you know, ending early kind of thing, not having enough to do, but we've done it and we've had amazing time doing it together, haven't we? I mean, we really have. I know I have, and I'm just so thankful for every one of you being here. It's been absolutely brilliant. So I'm just holding this in place. Okay, it's nearly there. It got very hot, did my glue. There we go. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, it's the same card, but the different way of colouring something really creates that versatility of your flowers. Yeah. Oh, Jean, I'm glad you've had a wonderful time. Really am. Cindy, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing. It's been fantastic. Now remember, like, comment and share. There's still a chance to be in for winning the $50 gift certificate. Make sure that you head to our website if there's something that you like, you haven't got yet. The Spring Blossom collection. Remember, we've got the buy it all savings, save 20%. On the buy it all. That ends on Wednesday though, so don't miss out. And friend, we've got another live on Wednesday with the Spring Blossom collection. Oh my gosh, I should know who it is, and I'm really, really sorry, but I know it's going to be amazing and you will absolutely love what's coming. So make sure to tune in on Wednesday, and then I'm going to be here on Thursday for Coffee and Craft. I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee and we'll have a chat. I don't know what we're going to do, so join me at 8 AM Mountain Time on Thursday and we'll just have a chat, get to know each other, hang out, and we'll do some crafting. Okay. So have a fantastic rest of your day, my friend, wherever you are. And it goes without saying, happy crafting. I will see you again soon. Bye.